Let's subtract 1/2 minus 9/5. Okay, we need to find a common denominator in order to do any sort of addition or subtraction with fractions. Okay, so we have a 2 and a 5, right? A 2 and a 5. Now, the problem here is that I can't just multiply something by 2 and get 5, okay? And I can't just multiply something by 5 and get 2. Yeah, there's ways to do it, but it's not easier than what we're about to do. Okay, so what we're going to do instead is find that common denominator. I want to change both fractions. Okay, so what I want to find out is what number is the least common multiple, right? So in other words, I have 2 and I have 5. If I counted by 2's, I would get 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and so on. Counting by 5's, I would get 5, 10, 15, 20, right? These are the multiples of 2 and the multiples of 5. The smallest common multiple would be 10. They both share a 10. So the question is then, what do I need to do in order to get 10 on the bottom of each of these fractions? Okay, and so that's not too hard. I know that to get 10 on the bottom of the first one, I need to multiply times 5. So I will also multiply the top times 5. 5 times 1 is 5. And to get the 5 to turn into a 10, I need to multiply it times 2. So 5 times 2 is 10. 9 times 2 is 18. So we have changed the problem, at least the appearance of the problem, so that we have a common denominator. So we can do 5 minus 18 and get negative 13 over 10. Negative 13 over 10. Okay, so now that we have negative 13 over 10, that is the difference. We can go and find a decimal version of that. Okay, keeping in mind that a negative divided by a positive is negative, I'm going to ignore that part of it. I'm just going to make sure my answer has a negative. Okay, so 13 over 10, that means 10 goes into 13.0 how many times? Okay, well 10 goes into 13 once. 1 times 10 is 10. Subtract 3, bring down the 0, 30. 10 goes into 30 3 times. 3 times 10 is 30. Oh, I've done it, 1.3. So my answer is negative 1.3.